Good morning. Today is Monday, January 29th, and when Jim gets out here, we're going to go to the gym. But we have a birthday today. Today is Eli, and that's Susie Buey's son. So Eli, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eli. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great birthday, Eli. But it's also Sandy and Milt's 52nd anniversary. 52 years. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, I hope you have a great, great anniversary. Oh, so what'd you think about those Lions, Jim?
Oh, well,
There's always
we did better than like 24 other teams.
That's true. We made it farther than we have in 32 years. So it was disappointing. But we only had the first half. I told you I like a close game, and I liked a close game. But then it got too close, and then they surpassed us, and I didn't like that. But we're a team of rookies, so I think they got a little bit overconfident. But there's always next year. So, all right, we're on our way. So I'll take you with us on our day. I think we're only going to the gym today. I don't think we got any other big plans. Do you have any big plans for the day, Jim?
No.
No. So, going to the gym. Talk to you soon. Okay, I did 35 minutes on the treadmill, and I did 35 minutes in the pool. So now I'm going to go home and have a healthy brunch. No matter how slow I go in the locker room taking my shower, I inevitably end up waiting for Jim. He's got way less to do than me. He's more of a prima donna, I guess. Anyway, I think I worked a little harder than I normally did because I'm a little bit sore. I wasn't sore last week, but I'm a little bit sore this week. But that means I did a good workout. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to have an egg salad sandwich with a half a tomato and half of a cucumber, cup of tea, and an apple for dessert.
And the first down that they had where he just, in his hands and, just dumb crap like that.
There's a lot of flukes things.
A lot of what?
He was ahead. He should have went for the field goal.
One time, I agree, he should have went for the field goal, but like I was telling Dad, the whole year he had 27 opportunities on fourth down. He kicked a field goal 4 times and only missed 3 out of 27. So the odds are there.
But I do think that the team was young and inexperienced, and they weren't listening to the veterans telling them to calm down, calm down. They got cocky because they were so far ahead.
Listen to the sports analyst here.
I got to get going. We got to get moving because I got to bring Alyssa to work.
Oh.
Unless you want to go do it.
I got to go drop these off.
Sure. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Well, I'm home now, and I went to edit my video because I don't think I told you earlier, or maybe I told you when I was talking to Jimmy. I went to pick up Alyssa to bring her to work today because David was going out with some friends, and so he asked me if I could drive Alyssa to work so that he could leave earlier to meet up with them. And so I said, yeah, I'd pick her up and bring her to work. And so all the way over to Alyssa's house, which was a good 10-minute drive, I blah, 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 blah. And then I dropped her off at work, and then the 10 minutes, well, 5 minutes to get home from work. Yak, 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 yak. Guess what? I bought a new microphone for my car, and it comes in a really nice little case. And I plugged the little end in, the receiver, into my phone, and I put my microphone on, turned my microphone on, put it on, did my blah, 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 and it didn't have enough of a charge. So it just heard me say, well, we're going to go pick up Alyssa, and then it was dead. So I have them charging right now. So next time I'm in the car, which is probably a lot of you are thinking, oh, thank goodness, because I didn't like hearing you in the car anyhow. You make too much noise. I think it's the way my mount is, because I have a vent mount where it clips into my vent. I don't have a flat surface the way my dashboard is. It just like all goes straight down. I think I've explained this before. I've tried the suction cups that you like suck it onto the windshield. It doesn't stick. And the way my windshield goes down, it's just really kind of not conducive to it. It blocks my vision. we've seen how I drive. I don't need anything blocking my vision, give me any obstructions. I've tried clipping it on the side of my side view, like the side window. I don't like the angle. I'm very vain, I guess, but I don't like the angle of it. It's not a good look for me. I have tried the WeatherTech ones that you put in your cup holder, but my cup holder is so far down and it's like a shoot up angle, an even worse angle. If I didn't like the side angle, do you really think I like a straight up angle? Which I didn't. So I've tried all those. This is the only one that really is kind of conducive to my car that works. I did see one, which I thought I ordered at one point, where it extends out a little bit farther from the vent, because I think that's why it picks up so much road noise. I don't know that it picks up road noise because I have crappy roads, but I think it picks up the engine more so. My car's a 2010. I've only got 78,000 miles on it. And I worked like 3 years driving 50 miles round trip every day for 5 days a week for 3 years. And I still only have 78,000 miles on my car. And it's like in perfect running condition. I'd love to have a new car. I really would. But then I'm thinking, do I really want? I don't want a car payment. And I'm not going to go and drop down $20,000 or $30,000. We paid for Jim's truck $65,000. Our first house, we paid $70,000, and it was a 4-bedroom Cape Cod with a 2.5 car attached garage. And we paid $70,000, $5,000 less than I got a car that seats 4 people, or a truck that seats 4 people. Different. When I first started working, I made $1.65 and a half an hour. A half a penny adds up. Reminds me of the one movie I saw. I think it was with Richard Pryor. I don't know the name of the movie, but he realized that everybody was getting the half a penny, and so he took the half a penny and he cut a check for himself each week. So he made a little bit of money that way. But anyway, what was we talking? One of the things I know I was talking about was I get a lot of comments that Jim's always wrapped in a blanket whenever I have him on camera. Well, for one thing, that's a story in itself with that blanket, because we had gone to Duluth a couple years ago. Well, we go almost every year anyhow, but we had gone a couple years ago, and we went to the Little House on the Prairie Museum. And that's where I don't know if you remember, I have a green sweatshirt that says Little House on the Prairie. I bought a sweatshirt. Jim bought a glass, like a drinking glass, something else. And it was a good 45 minutes from the hotel. And I had even pointed out this, because Jim likes throw blankets, because the house is usually pretty cool. And I said, you should get that blanket. And he says, no, it's too much money. I'm not going to pay that much money for that blanket. And I says, well, we're going to get back to the hotel, and you're going to wish you would have had it. And we don't have a way to get back here because we were using Lynn and Dale's car at the time. And he said, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And the next morning he gets up, I really should have bought that blanket. And it was raining. It was a crappy day, and nobody had really any plans for the day. We were going to do something that night, but nothing during the day. So we drove another 45 minutes to get Jim the blanket. So he has this Little House on the Prairie blanket that he wraps himself up in. But the reason he does that is because, well, when I'm driving in the car, I don't like the heat on. I guess I like the cold. I just do like the cold. I live in the perfect area. I live in the perfect state then, because it's always cold. But anyway, if I could keep the thermostat at a daily temperature, I would keep it at 67 or 68. That's my choice. If Jim had his choice, he would keep it at like 71 or 72. Which is too hot for me. So we compromise on 69. So we have the thing set at 69. But as you can see, I have a sweatshirt and I have a t-shirt on underneath it. And I have long pants and I have socks on. Jim has his jeans on with a summer t-shirt, just like a little, like one of the shirts you wear in the summer, and no socks. Well, of course you're going to be cold because you're not dressing for the weather. That's like when we go out and I have a coat on and he's got like a sweatshirt on. He has a coat in the car in case the truck breaks down, but it's like you don't dress for the weather. So I have no sympathy for the man. Like if you don't want to dress appropriately in the house, you're going to be cold. So wrap yourself in a blanket. So that's what he does. But little does he know, at 9 o'clock at night, I turn the thermostat down to 57. He goes to bed at 11:30. By then, the house is just starting to cool down. And by the time I get to bed about 2:30, it's nice and cold, and that's just the way I love it. Because he doesn't like the window open. I would sleep with the window cracked. He don't want the window cracked. So you know what? This is compromise. That's what marriage is all about, compromise. But anyway, we went to pick up Alyssa. I went to pick up Alyssa. And when I got there, they have this big, giant beehive that I told David, now is the time to get rid of that out of the tree. Here's a little clip of it. I talked about it, but you can't hear me. So it's just a clip of the beehive. It's humongous. Now is the time. They're dormant. They're not in there, or if they're in there, they're asleep. And this is the time to take that damn thing down because it's right by. I don't know if I scanned over enough. It's by their door to go into the house. So they're going to get swarmed. It's right where the dog goes, on the lead to go outside because they don't have a yard. And because it's just a condo that they stay in, that they rent. They don't own it. They rent the condo. But does anybody listen to me? No, they don't. But I walked on the treadmill for 35 minutes. And then I went in the pool for 30 minutes and I did some, when Bertie and I took water aerobics, we did some exercises with hand weights, and water hand weights. And so they have water hand weights there. So I used the water hand weights and I did 30 minutes in the pool for that. The friend that I made at the pool last week, she wasn't there. She said she was going to be there today, but she wasn't. But I don't know if I was just like I overdid it or not, but my big toe, I had an ingrown toenail that I had removed. I watched the whole procedure. Usually, like when I watch medical shows, I always look away. I can't, and I know they're not really digging into somebody's body, although sometimes I think they use actual footage. I really do. Like when they clip away and they're not showing the actors, and then they're showing like the heart pumping and stuff like that. I think that they're really taking some medical, and I can't watch that. It always reminds me of Clockwork Orange when they had to, with Roddy, what's his name? Not McNowell. Malcolm. No, his name was Malcolm. Malcolm somebody. The guy that played the main character. Anyway, they pried his eyes open so that he had to watch. Oh, I don't know what I would do. I'm vomiting. I can't look at that. I just can't watch that. Like any procedure I've ever done, I don't watch. But I watched them do my foot. He cut not that much. Like if this is my toenail, he probably cut to about there. Off over there. So it was maybe an eighth of my toenail. And then he gave me some medicated cream I got to put on it and, wrap it in Band-Aids. But he says when you're in the pool, obviously don't have the Band-Aid on. That would be mortifying to have my Band-Aid come off in the pool. Like, ugh, no. So I took it off before I went in the pool, did my walking. But you know how sometimes you don't know you have a tooth until you have a toothache? Well, I didn't know I had a big toe. Till now I know I got a big toe because my big toe was kind of throbbing a little bit. So I don't know if it was from the walking or maybe I put the Band-Aid on too tight afterwards or something, but I have a big toe and I know it. But so when I got home, I had a egg salad sandwich with a half of a cucumber and half of a tomato, a quarter of a avocado, and a glass of iced tea. No, hot tea. And for dinner, I'm going to have a salad with some chicken on it, some cottage cheese, and an iced tea. And then I have like little nuts that I'm going to have, like a package of almonds. They cost a little bit more to buy them already in the package, but I know who I am. And I can make a quarter cup, like almost a half a cup, and fit it into a quarter cup. It's like heaping, and I put my hand over the top. That's not a quarter cup. But in my mind, I'm thinking, you got a quarter cup. And then, like my body says, believe all you want, lady. That's not a quarter cup. But so it's better off just to pay. Also, I buy the little snack chips in the packages, like just the serving little bags, because I could just keep putting my hand in a bag of chips. Because every once in a while, I'm going to have a bag of chips. I'm going to have Cheetos or something like that. But I'm just going to buy it. The only thing is the last package I bought, I didn't realize that each little bag is 2 servings. I thought it was 1 serving. But no, it's 2 servings. So those are gone. I've already eaten all of those. I did track them as 2 servings, though, because only when I was tracking them and it said, like 5 points. And I thought, well, that's not too bad. That was a big bag for 5 points. And then I was just kind of reading the labels on the back. And that's when I saw it was 2 servings. And I go, well, no wonder it was so good. It was 10 points. Was it really worth 10 points? At the moment, it was. It really was. And then Denise called me today, but I couldn't talk to her because I was just on the way out the door. I called Joan and we FaceTimed each other because I couldn't figure out how to get my taxes from my money that I make from YouTube. I don't make a lot of money, but I make enough that I got to claim it on my income tax. And so I couldn't figure out how to get to it. So we learned something from each other because I figured out how to print, so I showed her how to print it. And then we just chatted chit-chat with the pilot. And then I came home now and was gonna sit down and edit my video until I realized that you can't hear a word I'm saying. It would be like a silent movie. Maybe I could have played some music like they did in the old times. Not that I remember back then because I'm not that old. I am pretty old, but not that old. And yeah, I guess that's it. Did my highlights this morning before we went. For the weekend. I lost 2 pounds last week. That was really impressed with that. We're going out to, that was another thing I had mentioned. We're going out, I chose poorly when we picked the date, but we're going out to eat Wednesday night, and I get weighed on Thursdays. So it's like, but I've already looked at the menu, and I'm going to get a grilled chicken pita with a glass of iced tea. I've already decided on my menu. Thursday, I got to get home right away after my meeting because we're doing Mary's turkey dinner. So I have to get the turkey in by 1 o'clock. My meeting's over at 11:30 usually. It takes about a half hour to get home. So, because I like to cook it. It takes the package that it's going to take 4.5 hours. And then I like to let it sit for about half an hour before I slice into it. I don't slice into it. Samantha does. Oh my gosh, she gets every piece of meat off that bird. Let me tell you, she's the expert slice. She's an expert carver. I said, I'm not getting near you. I'm not getting you mad when you have a knife in your hand. She could carve you up. She's really good with that. But so I guess that's it for now. Yeah, I think that's it. So hopefully we'll talk again tomorrow. Until then.